Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. Always blow your own trumpet. Blowing someone else's is unhygienic. A person's limitations are only measured by their drive to succeed. Everyone's greatest fantasy is to walk away from the life you lead. Growth and advancement happen outside the comfort zone. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. After all, if you run far enough, no one can catch you. Having nothing to struggle against, they have nothing to struggle for. Death is unstoppable. One must face it as a fact of life. Birth is not the beginning. Death is not the end. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. In conflict, straightforward actions generally lead to engagement. Surprising actions generally lead to victory. Success usually comes to those who are too busy looking for it. Your life has a limit, but knowledge has none. If you use what is limited to pursue what has no limit, you will be in danger. Flow with whatever may happen and let your mind be free. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. Consideration for others is the basis of a good life, a good society. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. He who doesn't understand history is doomed to repeat it. The gods are fond of the cryptic and dislike the evident. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Learn from who you were, appreciate who you've become, and carefully invest into who you want to be. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. When you are identified with the One, all things will be complete to you. You can't understand where someone's going unless you understand where they've been. Imagination is the highest form of research. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. Truth that came too late was as useful as a meal to a dead man. The terrible thing about the quest for truth is that you find it. Some things in life are too complicated to explain in any language. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. Whether we fall by ambition, blood, or lust, like diamonds, we are cut with our own dust. You can jail a revolutionary, but you can't jail the revolution. She will always wear her crown, regardless of the hate. Man is an animal who has to live in a lie in order to live at all. Perfect happiness is the absence of striving for happiness. If you're waiting until you feel talented enough to make it, you'll never make it. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. Life is fragile. We're not guaranteed a tomorrow, so give it everything you've got. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. The perfect man uses his mind as a mirror. It grasps nothing. It regrets nothing. It receives, but does not keep. When you procrastinate, you become a slave to yesterday. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Spies are a most important element in water because on them depends an army's ability to move. The inner fire is the most important thing mankind possesses. Sometimes your only available transportation is a leap of faith. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Men don't need linguistic talent. They just need courage and words. What is essential in war is victory, not prolonged operations. Fear is nothing more than a negative assessment of risk. No matter how safe and beautiful it is, a cage is still a cage. The expert in anything was once a beginner. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. We are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners of it. Go to heaven for the climate and hell for the company. Generally in war, the best policy is to take a state intact. To ruin it is inferior to this. If you know both yourself and your enemy, you can win 100 battles without a single loss. Overconfidence blows out the risk. Inferiority magnifies it. Fear not the path of truth, for the lack of people walking on it. For any sin, we all suffer. That is why our suffering is endless. Bloom as if you want to make the whole world beautiful. Oh, darling, don't be bitter. It's the first instinct of the weak. If you concentrate on small, manageable steps, you can cross unimaginable distances. When you walk in silence, your excellence will always speak for you. To shine your brightest light is to be who you truly are. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. Gratitude is best refined through the fires of adversity. Kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. Dream big, stay positive, work hard, and enjoy the journey. Other people are only aspects of our own greater being. When the position is such that neither side will gain by making the first move, it is called temporizing ground. Death is so terribly final, while life is full of possibilities. That knowledge, which stops at what it does not know, is the highest knowledge. To be wronged is nothing, unless you continue to remember it. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. Always stand up for truth, regardless of who steps on it. Your preciousness lies in your essence. It cannot be lost by anything that happens. I knew I was alone in a way that no earthling has ever been before. Aslan, you doubt your value. Don't run from who you are. Hard work is only a prison sentence when you lack motivation. The elegance under pressure is the result of fearlessness. If you want to dine with perfection, you must toil with imperfection. Beware of the small things. A small leak can sink a great ship. Fear can only grow in darkness. Once you face fear with light, you win. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other. Gratitude creates hope, and hope activates the law of attraction. We should forgive our enemies, but not before they are hanged. When truth is replaced by silence, the silence is a lie. One who is too insistent on his own views finds few to agree with him. Bringing joy to another lights 1,000 suns within. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.